Now, I don't really know exactly what I'm going to tag this video as, but the late, great Emmanuel Stewart, in an interview on YouTube, he was talking about 4 fighters. He was talking about Tyson Fury. He was talking about David Price, Nicholas Helenius, and also about Deontay Wilder. Now, all of these guys, as you all know, are trained, obviously, in the Vladimir Klitschko camp. And obviously, Emmanuel Stewart was able to see these guys firsthand and see what they had. And one of the things that Emmanuel Stewart was able to say about Tyson Fury was that he had the best talent of all of them. He also talked about the mental toughness. When he was talking about David Price, he said David Price and Helenius, even though they were in the camp, he just didn't think they had the toughness and had what it took to become world champion. And in his words, he said that Tyson Fury will become the next dominant heavyweight champion of the world. Now, at the end of the video, he did talk about Deontay Wilder. He said that there is this guy from the United States that no one's talking about, Deontay Wilder. He said Deontay Wilder's got good speed. And he finally came up to say that these 2 guys would rule the heavyweight division. Now, before then, Anthony Joshua had not come out, right? Anthony Joshua was still probably in the amateurs or something like that. So Anthony Joshua wasn't yet in the Olympic team or whatever it is. So if you're wondering why Emmanuel Stewart didn't say anything about him, then you know Anthony Joshua wasn't really out there. But one thing that he did conclude with was that talent, in as much as Tyson Fury had all this talent, he still needed to do one thing, that if Tyson could discipline himself to follow a strict training routine and a strict regimen, that would, because talent is everything. Talent can take you a certain way, but the hard work and the consistency is what will keep you up there. Now, Vladimir Klitschko was talented, was a talented boxer, Olympic champion, but even though he had weaknesses, what exactly kept him up there was the fact that he was able to stay disciplined, he was able to stay controlled, he was able to keep a certain regimen, and that's why he was able to rule the heavyweight division for a long time. Now, why do I start with all of that? Because I watched this interview after the fight with Francesco Pianeta, which I'm going to do a review on. I watched this interview and Tyson talking about why he's going to face Deontay Wilder. And, you know, prior to this, I was thinking, you know what, why would Tyson be taking Deontay Wilder? Even after watching this fight, I'm thinking, Tyson, it's a stupid idea. But when I was just thinking about it and I heard Tyson speak in this, there's even though his body might not be saying it right now, there's a mental toughness about his words, and there's a mental toughness that came from the way he was expressing himself about how much he believes he could win. And there was a part here that he was asking, I recommend you guys give this interview a watch, is that he was asking his brother, he asked Shane, he asked John, he asked Huey as well, that would they let him go fight if he didn't believe he could win. Now, he did acknowledge that this fight is going to be hard. He didn't say it was going to be an easy fight. He said it was going to be a really hard fight, but he said it was a fight that he definitely thinks he can win. And this is exactly what I said in a previous video that I've done, that I think both parties, which is Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, are both seeing themselves as being potentially weak. Deontay Wilder must be licking his lips after the fight. I mean, after the fight, I saw him when he came up and he's laughing. He cannot believe that this is the man he's about to fight, because Tyson looked a shadow of himself. He looked a shadow of himself in that fight against Francesco Pianetta. He didn't look like he looked off. It just didn't look normal. Now that's to be expected after having a long layoff. That's to be expected. But Deontay Wilder has probably seen this as a potential weakness, and Tyson Fury has probably seen Deontay Wilder as someone who doesn't have the skill. But he believes that Wilder only has one game plan, and that is to land the right hand. And he believes that if he can avoid the right hand and box his way to a decision, he can go back to the top of the mountain, which is being heavyweight king. Now, between now and November, which is the fight where the fight is supposed to be announced, that's a 3-month training camp. Can Tyson Fury get himself back into shape with a 3-month training camp? What kind of sparring is he going to need to get himself back in? I hear that they're trying to do media tours around everywhere around the world to publicize this fight. How is he going to squeeze in those media tours? He also said that he's about to take a vacation, all in the space of 90 days before the biggest fight of his life. That's if the fight is taking place in November. But what I'm just trying to get to here is that there is a toughness that is in Tyson Fury. And that mental strength, if there's anything that's going to save him in this fight from being... You know, when Deontay Wilder says that he wants a body on his record, the only thing that can stop him from being that body on his record is that mental toughness. That mental toughness is going to be required. You know, sometimes your body can fail you, but sometimes it's the mind. George Foreman was at the age of 46, he was able to become world champion. Now, the reason why he was able to at that age, not necessarily because his body had not given away, but it's the mental toughness. The mental. Muhammad Ali, even though when he became super slow and, you know, he was being beaten, I don't think he ever got knocked down. But what was able to keep him up was the mental toughness. And that's what I can see from Tyson Fury. And that's what Emmanuel Stewart saw in Tyson Fury. The mental fortitude, the mental toughness. And that's what Emmanuel Stewart said, that this guy here could be the long reigning heavyweight champion. If one, he could get his discipline together and put himself on a regimen, the lifestyle of a military man. Now, that's what the likes of Anthony Joshua has been able to do. Now, you might not like his style, you might not like him as a person, but he has been able to learn these things that from the likes of Vladimir Klitschko, being able to live a disciplined lifestyle of a fighter, because the shelf life of a fighter is only what? 10 years? Because every training camp takes something away from you. You get hit in the head, your wear and tear. And so it's very important that you stay disciplined. Now, that's what Tyson is going to need. Now, do I doubt if he has the mental fortitude? I don't doubt it. Do I doubt that maybe he can pull out something from the bag and beat Deontay Wilder? Anything is possible. But I fear that if there's anything that could save Tyson, because from his performance in the last fight against Safari and Pianetta, I believe he is in no way, shape or form able to go into that fight against Deontay Wilder. I think he is going to get absolutely obliterated. He was not able to close down, I mean, the way Pianetta was able to close down the distance between him, and the way Pianetta was able to get him on the ropes, Now, Tyson was talking here in this interview about him being able to ride shots and everything. Yes, but not when they're coming at the speed that Deontay Wilder brings them. Deontay Wilder is able to close the distance real quick with that right hand. And the shots that Fury was landing were clumsy, and but that's what I think. I think you guys should give this a watch. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Fury is able to get himself ready in time for the fight against Wilder? Do you think it's a mistake him taking this fight early? Do you think Fury is able to get back to his best? I mean, before he fought Vladimir Klitschko, he came off against fights. He came off with fights against Christian Hammer and Derek Chisora, right? So, but that was a 9-month period. It was a 9-month period. So, I mean, if he's able to, then that would be remarkable. But I don't see it happening. But like I said, that mental strength, the bold head and the mental strength that he's got would definitely be the saving grace. Make sure you guys let me know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section. And subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. It's MC Boxing, I'm out.